I'll request Mr. Rakesh Kumar Gupta to join us on the stage, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. I think we'll talk about Mr. Rakesh Kumar Gupta as we move ahead with the session now. I think a few points which was very interesting about Mr. Gupta's profile is how he has moved from the business role to really lead a business process. That was very powerful, which we saw in the last few years, and we could see it here. I think my interaction with him has been very interesting few times, and seeing him looking the process just not as a process but as a life, making sure that even that process, and given a global in-house captive, how he looks at the business capability as a very important requirement for running the business. So it was very powerful to interact with Mr. Gupta. I think Mr. Gupta has been surely, it's a pleasure to have you here, and I'll request Mr. Ranganathan to do the honors, please. It's a felicitation, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Rakesh Kumar Gupta has been identified from a list of many people as one of the pioneering business leader and a recipient of a Pioneering Business Leader Award, and that's the reason he's here. I'll request Mr. Ranganathan to do the honors, please, and read the citation.
Yeah, I think let me read the citation first before I hand over the stuff to you. I'm very happy to be here to present the 5th National BPM and Shared Services Excellence Awards to Mr. Rakesh Gupta. The category is Pioneering Business Leader in Global India. And what does it mean? For creativity and leading enterprise-wide shared services and BPM mission, delivering value and impact to business, industry, and society. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Rakesh Gupta.
Congratulations, Rakesh. I think it has been a really deserving honor, the kind of contribution you have made, and I'm sure the team here and everybody sitting here is very willing to listen to you and hear about the kind of exemplary and stellar contribution you have made to the industry. So I'll request Mr. Gupta, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause.
Thank you, Rakesh. I think to begin with, the company that I represent is called ACIS. It's a captive or a shared service center for Allianz Group, which is a insurance giant, global 31st in the Fortune 500 list. In India, we are represented by Bajaj. So this unit is owned by UK and a captive of UK established in 2003. And now in 2013, we are about 2,500 people serving about 12 group companies. So that's the context in which my work has been recognized by the Shared Service Forum. ACIS has been a success story of teamwork, resulting into huge growth, value, and happiness to all our stakeholders. I am happy to accept this recognition on behalf of this team. It will be undermining their effort if I say I have done it. I'm feeling a bit odd because over the years, I got used to giving out the awards. Receiving it is not so common, but I must indeed admit it feels nice to receive the awards. I'm feeling humbled, and thanks to the jury and Mr. Ramakrishna for identifying the opportunity and recognizing me for the efforts that they noticed during one of our ESCM initiative and audit out there. For me, the journey started 2003, 13 years ago, in a state of Kerala. I have never been there, but we established our offshore center there. And it is a dream come true. The positive energy that flows in the organization is so much in abundance, and you can feel it as you enter the organization. I think you will never trust me unless you visit and feel by yourself, and I think that's what Mr. Ramakrishna and Rakesh, as an auditor for ESCM, felt it in the organization. It flows all across and leads into so many positive things which have happened to our customers, to our employees, that we don't advertise for recruitment. Our cost of recruitment is about 1/3 of the industry probably. Our attrition is far low. Our customers talk and they promote. We have no business development unit at all. In my humble opinion, the difference lies in not focusing on the destination or the targets. The difference lies because we focus on the journey, making it very enjoyable for all the stakeholders. That's, I believe, is the key difference that we do in the organization. That's the organizational belief system. ACIS has a story of challenging the status quo through a concept, or through a philosophy, or through an approach, what we call why not. Through this why not, we have achieved a wonderful results from the very humble beginning of about 20 people starting in 2003 with a very modest aspirations of growing to 50 or 80 at best in next 5 years. Before we completed 5 years, we were 500 plus, and in the last head count at the end of December 2015, we were 2,600. We are serving not only our parent company in UK, but we are serving 12 other group companies in the Allianz sphere across the globe. We are no more just a cost-cutting offshore initiative. We are a critical mass of about 22% of the UK operational footprint. If we sneeze, our UK operations will get a cold. We are also a strategic partner, and as Ranga was talking about, that can you really go beyond the cost value and increase the digitalization and value add? We no more value or find out what is the cost arbitrage saving. We value what is the value we have added on top of it. And the process is so well defined that quarter on quarter basis, there is a sign off from the cost center owner who has received those benefits. So obviously this is on the much lesser and conservative side, but that process has ensured that yes, this much benefit over and above cost arbitrage has arrived in my cost center, and that gets aggregated for different customers and got published in our various senior customer meetings. We also use this construct to challenge those people who are not very favorable to offshoring and using our services to say, okay, this is the benefit your other colleague have got. If you have other alternatives to deliver that kind of benefit, good. If not, please adapt it. They get challenged, why not? In our route to success, we broke many myths. We started off in a state of Kerala, which is known for the unionized culture and a mother tongue influence. We started off there, the voice-based operations. We never knew it's a pioneering word till Ravi told me that it's a pioneering word. But now looking back, I do realize we have done something through our why not construct. So thank you, Ravi, for identifying and telling me so. Thanks to Ranga, actually. Number of people when we started in Trivandrum used to ask and mock us, including some industry expert, why Trivandrum? And I think that's where our whole concept and culture began, which I turned it around and said, why not Trivandrum? And since then, the Trivandrum has become and grown. The Techno Park, which was probably a tier 2 city in Trivandrum, was not very much heard of, but you may not know, this is the oldest tech park in the country, created by the left government, but was not well known. But it's the time in 2003 when we arrived, and I think Infosys arrived around the same time. It took a critical changeover of the position, and now Technopark is a well-known name in the Indian IT industry and probably in many other global positions as well. What we realized that this is a wonderful place to invite the Keralites back because there is no industry there. And if you create a wonderful organization where they get the same experience as working overseas, you can get these Keralites back. Keralites are not very good at their home, but if they go outside and come back, nothing to beat them. So we attract those Keralites and create a culture where even those Keralites who have never been outside, we send them outside, get them back to our own parent companies in UK, and they are very, very different animal and species. Now, the tier 2 concept has picked up, and almost every third-party company is adopting, opening up a centers in a smaller town because the blended cost of operations come down. We adopted in 2003 purely because we believe our aspirations are to set up such a small center. If we set up in Bangalore next to IBM or next to Microsoft, we will not be even able to establish. So we want it to be a small fish in a small pond. Lo and behold, the pond has grown big, so is this fish. Being a captive, we have a philosophy and a belief that we need to provide a great careers to our employees. And one of that basis is create those accreditations and frameworks where their career is enhanced and their employability is strengthened. We adopted ESCM as a framework to improve our processes to make sure our customers get the best and our employees get the best. During the process, we realized there were some gaps that we have not realized and recognized were identified. One of them being, during the best-in-class processes we have adopted and found so many intellectual property got created, which we were not recording and reporting. So not for the purpose of getting any litigations or registering them, just for our own sense of appreciation and recognition, we have created now a register where we record what is the IP, and we do it within the organization to support the smaller teams where they say we have done it and spread those best practices across rest of the organization. We also realize that knowledge management portal is to be created so that repository can be used to train new people and for standardization. I think all those things that ESCM told us are the gaps, we bridged it, and now we are level 5. Only 2 captive companies across the globe who have ESCM framework. I believe it's not only for third parties, the captives can benefit significantly, and we are. And for that, we give a run of the money to IBM or Infosys or TCS. They are unable to compete so far with me so far. One of the questions that was getting raised is the standardization, sir. And that's where my own philosophy of following the Indian mythology, Devdutt Patnaik is one of the ideals that I love reading and referring to. He follows a model of 3B, belief, which leads to behavior, which leads to business. If you know the belief of the various people, you can do much better than if you don't bother about it. There is no universal truth. The good and bad, right and wrong depends on your upbringing. And you determine based on that what's the right and wrong, and hence your behavior, what you do is, as per you, is the right thing to do. As an organizational leader, you need to define the organizational belief system. And if you define and educate and make everybody in the organization aware of that this is the organizational belief system, their behaviors will be aligned to what the corporate want. And if the behaviors are aligned, the magical things happen. And that's what our company ACIS has achieved, doing those magical things by aligning their belief system. So standardization is one. I'll give you an example of Indian thali. Most of you must be going to the hotels and eating the thali. How does it relate to standardization? You go overseas, there's a dinner. Somebody beforehand has decided what the 7 or 6 course will be. They arrive on your table in the same size, in the same sequence for everybody, irrespective of whether you want to eat more or less or which dish you prefer. Somebody else is taking a decision on behalf of somebody who wants to come and eat there. That's typical standardization. West is too much fascinated by standardization. That's the whole BP industry is based on that. You can add to that something called customization. That's the Indian buffet system. You can pick and choose what you want. But the fun comes, we can do one more layer on top of it called personalization, which is the Indian thali. You get served thali, you have all the dishes there, it's your choice, customer choice, which sequence, which dish to eat in what shape, size and amount and in what manner. So you have standardized, you have customized, you have personalized. I think that's the difference, that if we can add to the digital era, on top of the West mindset of standardization, on top the customization and top personalization, today digital era allows that to happen. We can add wonders, and that's where your question of finding out the analysis to do what a customer wants and serving him through the digital solution, that's a viable, very much viable option. So I think with those words, I'm feeling a bit humbled today, but thank you for recognizing it, and I'm pretty happy, and thank you for the Shared Service Forum to recognize the captives and the shared service, which is one of the undermined stage in the NASHCOM and other forums. So thank you for doing that job, and I wish you all the best and success in time to come. Thank you.
Wonderful is the word. I think, Rakesh, it was really a pleasure hearing you. I think more than the award, the whole information which you shared about the thali and the buffet and the customization and personalization, I'm sure. We are late, but I think I'm sure everybody was all stuck and they were the food. Yeah, great. Great. I think, if I'm not wrong, I think one of the information I came to know also about ACIS was that you also have a Guinness record for maximum couples working together in the company, and you also curate them to become the couple in the company. So that's wonderful.
George, but it happens. We had so many that we thought it may be worthy of applying for it, and when we did, actually, we got recognized for Guinness record.
I think it's really lies a. Yeah, please. I mean, you should. I think this is very powerful.
It wasn't well thought through idea or a process, but we realized that we moved our organization culture from providing a job to a career. And when you start talking about the career and tell people that you can make your career here, people start changing their behavior in significant way. And over the year, we have moved our philosophy from great place to work to career destination, and now we have arrived at a place where it's called my company. People are very proud to work and they call it my company. The behaviors are very different when you believe this is my company. It's like an ownership, you own the processes. So in that journey we found there are so many people, if they believe they are making their career there and it's a career destination, why not have a partnership with somebody you have liked and working close to you? And so many marriages and weddings were happening around there. Thought, wow, there's a double risk. When they leave, they will leave in double. But I think the whole concept of so many couples in the organization led to lose stock of talking how many couples are there. So one day we thought, let's take a count, and we realized there are 80 couples which are registered. And there was much more than that who are not registered. So we created, why not we convert these people who are not registered to take the final step of getting into conversion. So we said, okay, we will call the Guinness Book of World Record, and they will work only based on the paper that you are certified and valid together. And that converted many of them.
Thank you. Yeah. No, I recall that because I saw that Guinness World Record in your room, so I just thought to just bring it to everybody's notice. Moving to the, I know we are a little running behind, I think moving quickly to the next one, I think I'll request Mr. Sudhir Mishra, the Chairman Trust Legal, to pass on a moment of thanks and gratitude to Mr. V. Ranganathan, please. Let's put our hands together. I think maybe we have to turn this. Yeah.
Rakesh, come. I think he wants us to be there. I think he must come.
Thank you, Sudhir.
The photograph comes very well. That's important. Maybe you don't pay him, maybe such a message doesn't exist. But
so nice, absolutely. I think we'll try to work on those. I think I'll request Mr. Sunil Sayal, President, Shared Services Forum and Region CFO Nokia, to pass on a moment of thank you and gratitude to Mr. Rakesh Kumar Gupta for spending time with us today evening.